Hey guys, so you knew this was coming. You knew I was going to talk about the Xbox One Scorpio, this Digital Foundry article that came out last week. Because I've been talking about the Xbox Scorpio since basically my channel started or restarted. Um, so I'm impressed by the specs. And while I'm impressed by the specs, I'm still holding out that Microsoft's going to sell this thing at about $399. Only because the PlayStation Pro is selling at $399, and even though the target audience isn't the everyday consumer, it's the pro consumer, I guess. Uh, they'll still want that consumer money. Um, so it's hard enough convincing one audience to buy a console refresh in the middle of a cycle. It's another thing to convince everybody to buy the Xbox One Scorpio. So I'm still holding out that they're going to sell this thing at a $399 price point. Uh, because telling people in order to get an elite system it's going to cost you $500 to $600 may be a hard pill for people to swallow. Especially since this is a new console. Everything Phil Spencer has said at this point is that it's going to be within the Xbox One family, meaning that all your Xbox One games will work on it. Your Xbox 360 backwards compatible games will work on it. That nobody was going to get left behind. So they're pulling the same thing that Sony did with the PlayStation 4 Pro. That even though you have this massive amount of hardware, uh, you will still have limitations by software. I know a lot of other YouTubers have said that in the past, and I'm just basically repeating what everybody's saying. I know, I understand that, but what's going to hurt the Scorpio is the thought's going to come to people's mind. Why should I replace what I already have? There's some of us who still have the original Xbox One. There's some of us who have a PlayStation 4. There's the regular edition model. And we're fine with that. Even the VR still works on the PlayStation 4, the original model. So uh, there was no need to change anything that I got that no everyday consumer gets because even though we are recovering from a recession, we're still kind of on that borderline, where people don't really want to spend a lot of money. Um, I'm actually one of the few people on YouTube that I've seen think it would be in Microsoft's best interest to um, just completely break their promise. I know that sounds horrible from a consumer standpoint, but um, it would actually work out in Microsoft's favor in the long run to break their promise. Because if you look at the system specs, I mean, the system specs are pretty beastly for a console. It's supposed to be the best console, on the market. Um, and with a system like that, you're going to be held back by software. It would probably be in Microsoft's best interest to just say, you know what, screw it. This is a new console. We're really sorry, guys, that this isn't the Xbox One Pro Edition. That this is a brand new console. That way, they can actually make games that actually, show off what the hardware really can do. Um, if that's not the case, then they really need something up their sleeve, like HoloLens support, or maybe Oculus support, to really sell this system to people who have an Xbox One and we're being told, hey, it's just going to run the games just better. I don't know about a lot of you guys, but I'm still on 1080p on my TV. I haven't really grasped the whole 4K thing yet, so the 4K is really not needed for me. Um, 1080p at 60 frames a second, yeah, that's great and all, but if I want to play games at that fast frame rate, I'll just play on my PC. I play Xbox, I play Sony PlayStation for exclusives only, and I really don't care how it runs as long as it runs about 30 frames a second. I know there's a lot of people who are out there who are elitist, and people out there who say, well, it has to run 60 frames a second for me to play it. You could be that guy all you want. There's some of us who have just decided to settle because we can't afford anything better, and if we can't afford anything better, something usually else comes along to take our money away from us. Like right now, I'm in the middle of trying to build a studio. So there's a lot of my money and my capital that I work for every day being taken away and put into a building to better entertain you people, better, make a better space for me to record in and stuff like that. But that's my damage. But I know there's people who have basically the same story: car payments, house payments, stuff like that. I have all that too. So the adults, the 18 to 35 to 40-year-old gamers out there will just settle with what they got. I don't feel a need to buy a PlayStation 4 Pro. I don't feel a need to buy a Scorpio unless it was a brand new system, unless they made some games that actually ran on the hardware that actually had to run on that hardware. So that's just my 2 cents, guys. I know I kind of look tired. I probably sound tired, but I just got off work. If you guys have made it this far to the video without falling asleep, I really appreciate the views that I get. I really appreciate every single one of you. I mean, there's not many of you, but hopefully we'll grow. Share this with your friends and stuff. Help me grow. I don't make any money off YouTube. I'm just being real with you. This is just my 2 cents. And yeah, guys, as always, it's Jesse James King with 81 Studios, signing out.